Sportsnet, take one.
Thanks for doing that.
Hired.
This is a real production now.
Yeah.
Speaking with the amazing Sandy Gill, who's a teacher, an author, creative writer, and the designer of this brilliant Team Canada jersey that we witnessed at the recent Women's World Hockey Championships.
We would like to welcome Donovan Bennett and Sportsnet to David Leader Middle School.
If I were to have told you when you were your student's age that you would be growing up to design a uniform for Hockey Canada, your thought would be what?
You're joking. It wouldn't even be a thought that would come across my mind. The assignment was to create a jersey that represented Brampton, and because it was a city that was hosting the championship, and I really just, anytime I have this sort of task, I like to spend the first few days just brainstorming. And every time I was doing that, I would always see fabrics or prints or patterns or symbols that I saw growing up. And being in Brampton, I grew up around so many different fabrics. I kind of had that idea, and that's when I started drawing sketches and started doing some research on what are the different ethnicities that make up Brampton. What are the fabrics that represent those communities? What are the colors? What are the different patterns? And through that research, I was able to find several different fabrics that represented all of the ethnicities that make up Brampton, and yeah, here we are.
With my little interaction with young people, they're not impressed by much. What was their reaction when they saw the jersey?
They were part of the journey with me, so they knew while I was working on it, because when you're with the students every day, they become your best friends. So they're super proud of me. I know that because of how they treat me and what our relationship is. But they were shocked.
So why don't you walk us through the specific design elements of the jersey?
The laces around the neck, my favorite part, were made by Maya Beaudry. She has a small business called Kokum Scrunchies, and she's a 12-year-old Algonquin from Kitigan, ZB, Anishinabeg First Nations. And the rest is little patches of fabric from the different communities. So we have our Irish lace, we have Jamaican fabric here, and a lot of these were chosen with the intention that as soon as you look at it, if you're from this community, you should be able to identify that this is from your country. This is just used by a lot of Afghan communities, and then this is a Fulkari, and we have more East Asian fabric. And it's just a lot of different patches from different communities all around the jersey, and all the backs are also different.
As an educator and an influencer, how important is it for you to use opportunities like this to tell a much bigger but more nuanced story?
That's a story of my life. I feel like it's very important. It's probably the most important, because every day, yes, I'm an influencer and I have a platform online, but every day I walk through this room and I have 23 young, wonderful students ready to absorb everything that comes out of my mouth. So knowing that I want whatever I'm doing to inspire these real life students that are in front of me is super important, and it's a part of everything that I do.
When we were growing up in our country, you didn't really see people that looked like us in leadership positions in education or sport. You get to be a bit of both. What does that representation mean to you?
It means that we are doing the right thing, and it means that things are changing. It reaffirms that if you do the work and if you want to make a change, you can.
Are you cognizant of the fact that your visibility is giving representation to Punjabi women in a way that we don't traditionally see?
I am. I definitely am. And I think growing up in Brampton when things were a lot different than they are now, it definitely speaks to who I am now as an adult and the work that I do. So I hope that people are inspired, and I hope that I'm doing things that make them happy, but it feels right for me, and it's who I am.